one.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I
I
never
put my
did.
hand right in that box
Well, okay.
that everyone ate from. I put my hand right in that box.
Didn't wash your hands or nothing.
Not at all.
Probably
Not
picking
at
boogers.
all. Picking boogers. That was exactly what I was about to say. Was probably digging in my ear or something. Reach right in that box and grab a handful of Fruitios, and I would eat them.
Dogs are so much more work. Dogs
Hands
are
down.
toddlers.
I don't mind that my life revolves around my dogs, though.
Is cereal a soup?
So, no. No.
But why?
Because the milk is not the base of the cereal. Like a soup has the liquid base, right? A broth or a stock or something. And then you cook ingredients in them. You know, not all soups are cooked because you got like gazpacho, but like for cereal, you're adding milk to it. The milk and it's not one thing though.
Let me ask you a question.
Because you can eat cereal without milk.
Did you eat cereal without milk when you was a little kid when you woke up in the morning?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I never
put
did.
my hand right in that box.
Well, okay.
That everyone ate from. I put my hand right in that box.
Didn't wash your hands or nothing.
Not at all.
Probably
Not
picking
at
boogers.
all. Picking boogers. That was exactly what I was about to say. Was probably digging in my ear or something. Reach right in that box and grab a handful of Fruitios, and I would eat them. Yes.
Wow,
In
you
fact,
throwing
that
our
was
family
my
under the bus saying Fruitios because, ladies and gentlemen, we ate the off-brand cereal. The only on-brand cereal that we got was Honey Nut Cheerios. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And that was my snack when I was little. Like I would just have a little bag of Cheerios.
I do remember that. I actually do remember little Jay with a plastic bag of some Cheerios, a snotty nose, just eating some Cheerios. I do remember that.
Eating some Cheerios. Yes, okay. I eat my Cheerios. I'll eat some cereal dry. I've been doing it literally my entire life.
I'm not going to say that you're the only one. I'm going to say that you're the minority in this, that the majority of people eat cereal with milk. So that would mean that it's in part of the entire process, which would make it soup.
I don't think cereal is soup. I don't.
You eat everything in a soup without the broth. It doesn't become soup until you add the broth. Cereal doesn't become cereal until you add
you don't. That's the difference. You cook it in the broth. You're not cooking.
You don't always cook soups.
Cereal in the milk.
You don't always cook soups.
I think just because it's in a bowl with a spoon, like you
and it's majority liquid.
Not my cereal. I got a little. I'm lactose intolerant, so I got a little bit of milk just to get the cereal, a little soft.
No, I used to drown it. I used to drown my cereal milk because I would finish the cereal and still have a bowl of milk. Pour me another bowl of cereal.
Two bowls.
Ain't nothing better than that excess milk, and then add the cereal to the excess milk because it got the little sugar from the last bit of cereal, and then you add some more cereal to it. You mash it down so it get nice and soggy. Yeah.
Okay. There's an article in Virginia Law Weekly. Now, I don't know nothing about this. Okay, it is published by the students of University of Virginia School of Law. Okay, it's not some right wing newspaper. Okay, I mean it still might be, but I don't know.
Yeah, it still might be.
But anyway, it's called "The Debate Ends Here: Why Cereal Is Not a Soup," and their ultimate conclusion is cereal pieces are not cooked or otherwise processed with milk to create one cohesive, namely soup, one cohesive whole. Like the cereal, the milk is in the cereal, but they're not it's not a cohesive whole. Like you can You don't need any soup.
All right. Anything that anybody from UVA come out with, I'm naturally against because they're our rival, and you should be too.
I am for anything that confirms my opinion about anything.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Is it better to be rich or famous?
Rich.
Completely agree. I don't need to be famous. I don't want to be known.
Don't care. In fact, I don't want any of you to know me. But I'm on a podcast.
You're
so
right.
It makes
completely
no
defeats the purpose.
no sense. Makes no sense.
Ladies and
But I
gentlemen,
would
what my
love to
sister
be
is saying,
rich and incognito. Yeah.
yeah, but what my sister's saying is absolutely true. Even though we do this podcast,
Yeah.
we don't want to be known. We have always
We are
been people
antisocial.
well, not only just antisocial, we like to shrink to the background.
Yeah.
I walk around and what I call my Clark Kent walk. I'm kind of slunched forward. I try to make myself smaller. I try to make myself fit into the crowd. The only time I go to my Superman pose is when I'm trying to be intimidating or peacocking. That is it.
Yeah.
It is to either get women or make people scared. That's it. Otherwise, I am Clark Kent all the time. So yes, give me the money.
I would love to. Are you kidding? Because I don't want to be famous and broke. Because what if I'm famous for being broke? You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I famous for?
Jane,
like,
you never got no money. That's what she's famous for.
And now everybody's talking about me on Twitter because I'm broke. Like, I don't want to be famous for that. No.
Here come Jay. You know she ain't got no money.
Right. Everybody knows, like, she chose fame over riches. Dumbass.
Yeah.
No.
All right. What about this? Is it better to live in the city or the country? Right.
Having lived in both, there are advantages to both. Like, the city is convenient, but it's noisy and it stinks. It usually smells like urine.
Unless it's Boston. Unless it's Boston.
I've never been, so
Boston
I don't know.
Is a really clean city. It's the cleanest city that I've ever been to.
Well, I think it's because it's a college town, right?
I mean, every city is a college town. New York City is a college town.
Yeah.
DC is a college town.
New York goes by its own.
Yeah, New York is different. But even New York doesn't smell like pee anymore. Well, certain parts.
It kind of does.
Certain parts. But
the subway always smells like pee. But then the country is like you have the quiet and the peace, but it's not convenient. Nothing is it. You got to drive 30 minutes to get to the grocery store. Like nobody, I don't want to do that. Whereas in the city, I could go downstairs and probably on the corner, there's a corner store I can get what I need. So there's advantages but I don't have no peace in the city.
So I like the city better than the country. Mainly because in the city, you'll have mice and rats. And I don't want to be confronted with that, but I can deal with that a lot better than in the country where you have whatever the hell. Right? You have copperheads or rattlesnakes just going around. Like I don't want you got crazy spiders. You don't see that in the city. That. Also,
I'm in the city. That's what's killing me.
But here's another thing though. What about when the country becomes a city? So we have so many, like we're from the suburbs of DC, right? We call it the DMV. DC people hate that. They don't ever say, people from DC don't ever say they're from the DMV. They say they're from DC. People that say they're from the DMV are from the suburbs of DC.
Yes.
But DC is very small, so everything is almost a suburb. But the suburbs that we're from became cities.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're not country anymore. They were at one time country.
They were. Yeah.
But they're not country anymore.
Yeah.
I remember our grandfather telling me when I moved to Arlington, he's like, I remember driving out here on my way to work. I used to work all the way out here. That's where one of the buildings were. I was like, it was? He's like, yep, this used to be all farmland. And it was nothing but high rises everywhere. Pentagon was right there. Pentagon City Mall, which is the main mall, was right there. The airport is right there. Like just, so it was no longer country. It was city. Now, that's what I like. I like when country becomes city. Because there's still parts of that area where you can get away and it can be quiet, but you're not too far from where it can be loud.
That's true. Yeah. I'd like to live just out where I live right now. I live just outside. I'm right there. I'm right on the
You
line,
right
but I'm
there.
still in a nice, quiet neighborhood. But I can get to anything in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's what I like where I'm at.
But if I had to choose, I'm choosing the city life.
I'm gonna choose the city.
Yeah, because I got to be where the action is. I don't want to be
Hmm.
involved in none of the action.
No, but I want to see
I
it.
want to see it.
Yeah.
I want to see it. All right, last one.
Okay.
Cats versus dog. Who makes the better pet?
Well, you already know what I'm gonna say.
But to see, here's the thing, and this is what, ladies and gentlemen, you might not know. We grew up with both. We
Yes.
always had cats. We always had dogs. We've had so many pets through the years.
Mm-hmm.
So many pets.
A little bit of everything, to be honest.
Hamsters,
We've had
gerbils, rabbits. That's it.
guinea pigs.
Well,
No, we
hamsters.
had guinea pig. No, the guinea pig is not a hamster,
Well, gerbil.
and it's bigger than a gerbil.
Okay.
No, my guinea pigs are big. And somebody got us lizards that one time
When did y'all have a lizard?
when we were living in Colombia.
I do not remember that.
Yeah, one of our aunt's friends bought us 2 lizards, and we killed them immediately. We did not keep them warm enough, and they died immediately. But fish, we've had it's run the gamut.
It wasn't our pet, but we lived with a ferret.
Oh, and the birds. We forgot
Birds.
the birds.
Yep, birds.
Yep.
So we lived with everything.
Yeah.
Cats and dogs are different, though. You
They
get
are,
love from
Yes.
dogs.
Yes.
You can get love from cats too, but you get love from dogs. Cats let you love them.
I like that. I like the affection that I get from my dogs. I like cats, but I feel like cats are for people who only kind of want a pet. Like from time to time you want a pet, but then other times you're like, okay, go off and do your own thing and live your own life, cat. And I'll see you when I see you. You know, like that's how it feels to me. I don't know. I'm not really a cat person because I'm allergic to them, but
so am I.
I feel like the just the loyalty and the affection, and when I come in the house every single day, they're both at the door, jumping around, waiting for me. They know my car coming in the driveway. So like that's nice.
Yeah.
You know, if I came home to some cats, I don't know where the hell they are.
True. I have a counterpoint. Before I give you what mine is, I got a counterpoint.
Okay.
Dogs are so much more work. Dogs
Hands
are
down.
toddlers.
Yeah.
That never grow up.
Never.
They are so much a part of your life.
Yeah.
You can't do anything without planning around your dogs.
Yeah. This is the reason
Cats.
the reason I can't come home for New Year for 4th of July.
Right. Cats.
Because I got dogs.
Cats. Just give them a little bit. If you get them an automatic feeder and an automatic...
I was just about to say, if you get them that food dispenser and the water dispenser, you literally can clean that box out, the self-cleaning litter box.
Yep. You good. You can be gone for a while, especially if you got 2 cats, because they can entertain themselves, right?
Yep.
So that's the only thing. Like, what's a better pet?
You can't leave a dog alone.
You can't. What's a better pet? It depends on how much of a parent you want to be.
Yeah.
So it's like you said.
I don't mind that my life revolves around my dogs, though. Like, I don't mind that. I haven't had a problem with it so far. It's been 5 years that I've had Roni.
Yeah. Okay. So you got Roni when you were 35. Okay. I got Crypto when I was 30. And I split with my wife when I was 32. So when I'm in the prime of my dating life, well, I don't know if it was the prime of my dating, but I acted like it. It became a hassle.
Yeah.
To be able to go out and do things because I can't leave him. I eventually I was like, look, I got to hire a dog walker or else like
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to do anything. I can't take no trips or do anything like that because I had him. Don't get me wrong. If I didn't want him anymore, I would have gave him up. I loved him.
Yeah.
So I was never going to get
Yeah.
him up. It's a toddler that never grows up that you
Yeah,
have to take care of.
okay, yeah, if I'm being real transparent, there are some mornings where I just wanna sleep in,
And you can't.
and I literally cannot because my child is up.
They have
One
a
of my kids is up.
Join the conversation and follow the Unsolicited Perspectives podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your audio podcasts.